Hey guys, Zerkaa here, and welcome back to my Millwall Career Mode series. We are jumping straight into this episode with a game against Manchester United in the Capital One Cup, and I got off to a crazy start. In the 60th minute, I managed to take a 1-0 lead of Andy Keogh there, a bit of a trampy goal, I know. But yeah, if you're wondering why there was no intro, kind of this like intro screen to this game and stuff, I actually had forgotten to record, and luckily I had noticed about 10 minutes in and pressed record. Otherwise I could have just missed it and the whole game would have been missed, and that had been pretty much the series ruined. But yeah, it got to the 73rd minute, and to be honest, Man United had a lot of chances. I was on the back foot a lot of the game, but I was just trying to hold the ball and just play some football and try and hope that I get a lucky break and just try and get a second one. I probably should have got a second goal there, but then I got a second goal here, and at the 78th minute I was sitting there thinking, I'm literally going to knock Man United out of the cup here, and I was just so happy because our form so far had been so bad, and I was getting ready to get sacked in my series, and it was all going great in this game, and I was just like, maybe this is going to be the turnaround moment where I finally learn how to play against the computer. So I think that's what it is. I think a lot of it was adapting to try and learn how to play against the computer, obviously, because online and career is a lot different. But then in the 85th minute even, Wayne Rooney made it 2-1, and at this point onwards, I was shitting myself. I just knew that FIFA would fuck me over somehow, and it did. And in the 89th minute, Wayne Rooney then scored it again to make it 2-2, and I was just gutted. I was just so gutted. I was 2-0 up against Man United, and I've blown it away. And obviously, it ended at full time 2-2, so then I obviously had to go and play extra time, but nothing really that big happened or anything that was worth showing you in extra time. But you see from the stats there, Man United completely dominated me. They had 21 shots and 13 on target. And we went into the penalty shootout with Man United, and I wasn't really feeling confident because obviously I wasn't too sure how good Millwall would be taking penalties. And I started off pretty well. Chris Wood getting his one scored, and I was expecting Chris Wood to miss because he's just been crap for me so far. He hasn't scored a single goal, and I was expecting him to miss just to be his luck. But then luckily Wayne Rooney missed. David Ford managed to pull off a save. So at this point I was like, could be realistically I could actually beat him here. And again, then Keogh then scores his penalty, and you can always rely on Keogh in this game so far. But yeah, as I was saying about the whole struggling in the career mode so far, I definitely think it's kind of due to you have to play a lot differently online than you do against the computer. It's kind of weird to explain, but I think if you go from playing online to going to play the computer, you'll see. And I noticed that when I've played better against the computer, it's when I have been playing a long session against the computer. Wherever I go from playing one online game to a game against the computer, I kind of don't do very well. Kind of struggled to score. I think that's my main issue. But as you saw there, I mean, I missed another penalty, so then it was down to James Henry to get us a win, and of course he did. So then we actually just knocked Man United out of the Capital One Cup. So I'm sure my board would be happy with that, especially with the position I am currently in the league. I think that kind of adds a bit more job security, because I was kind of getting worried that I was genuinely going to get sacked because I wasn't really meeting any of the demands of my board. You can see there, Wood has still not scored in 10 games, and obviously it's not really 10 games because I kind of bring him on with 20 minutes to go usually every game. And as you saw there, I got £1,580 for winning that game, so I'm now balling. Millwall can now go out and splash the cash. But then we go into our next game against Ipswich, and after that game I was expecting to go into this game and do very well, obviously, because I've just done really well against Man United. So I thought, if it's Ipswich, surely we can do some damage in this game, and I can get a good win on the board, and I can move up the table a bit. And it started off well. In the 13th minute, James Henry then picked up I think that's his first goal of the season. But yeah, James Henry picked up a goal. It was a bit of lucky because Redmond had a shot, deflected to the post, and off of the goalie's head, and then the defender headed it back across the goal for some reason, straight to James Henry's head, and then that was just a simple tap in. And you see here, then Trott picks up the ball and plays it in Wallison, and Wallison has his shot against the post. And then, as always in this game, the game just fucks me over. Ryakoka just scores a terrible goal. It's just like a mix-up between the goalie defender and the attacker. And I think he basically managed to tackle my goalkeeper and score. But here is a nice little passing build-up that I did that I thought I'd include. And it probably could have scored that. Great save from the goalie. And you see here again, we made another chance, and in this game I made a lot of chances, and I definitely should have come out on top in the game. Trotter there with another shot saved, and I had a corner here, and again just Robinson headed slightly over. and then Keo plays to Wood, and then Wood plays to Azoggy, and Azoggy manages to put it in. I don't know if it's called Azoggy or not. Someone commented saying it's not, like they said how I said it, like, and then they spelt it. It's not Azoggy, it's Azoggy. Like they just spelt out his name, and I'm like, that doesn't help him pronounce it. But yeah, I managed to make it 2-1, and then like a minute or so after, they just managed to equalise. So that's literally how FIFA goes for me. This is how my luck runs, and you can see Wood still has managed to score. Obviously, as I said, only bringing one in the last 20 minutes now. But as you can see, after 9 games, we are currently in 18th place, and we're only 3 or 4 spots above the relegation zone. So we really need to improve our form, otherwise we genuinely could be in trouble with the board at this point in time. Because our objective is to come mid-table, but I'm not really sure they're going to be happy if we fall any lower in the league than we currently are. But if you enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, and if you have any feedback or any opinions, then please leave a comment, and I shall see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.